All right, the investment committee's making some moves. Josh Brown, I said you had a big reveal, and it is Coinbase. Why'd you add that?
Yeah, I bought some Coinbase. It's a trade. It's not an investment. That could change, but I have a pretty well-defined sell stop limit on this in case it doesn't go the way I like it. But I added it this morning to my portfolio. One of my highest conviction ideas is that over the next 12 to 18 months, probably another trillion or so comes into digital assets. And the battleships on Wall Street, they turn very slowly, but once they turn, they don't back up. So I don't even think volatility would stop what's coming. And I spend most of my days, Judge, talking with people who are trying to figure out how to do this for family offices, hedge funds, institutions, wealth management, asset management, on and on and on. And what I keep coming back to is that Genesis, which is not public, Gemini, which is not public, and Coinbase are going to be two of, if not the two largest beneficiaries of all of this money coming into the space. So I do think Coinbase directionally is a bet on higher prices for Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, on and on and on. I understand that they're an exchange, they're a brokerage, so it's a two-way market. But in truth, the higher these things go, the more adoption there will be. So you have 68 million verified users on the Coinbase platform. Does anyone want to bet they don't get to 100 million? You got about 180 billion in assets there. 462 billion every quarter in trading volume. 10,000 institutions are already working with them on custody. 160,000 ecosystem partners. They're in 100 countries. I think they have enough of a head start that the market cap, which is large, is justified. People understand what their place in this ecosystem will be in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years. So I like it technically. I hope it continues to move higher off of those lows. If it violates, I'll get out and reassess, but that's what I'm doing.
Well, let me ask you this, because you make about as compelling a case as I've heard anybody make for a reason to own Coinbase. But yet
I was a stockbroker for 10 years. I'm very good at pitching stocks.
I know you are. You're a good talker. But yet you still talk about it as a trade, not an investment. What I just heard you say was a case for a longer-term play. Why at least in the back of your mind, concern that maybe it's not going to work perfectly here? That's what I heard.
Two reasons. I'm on a tightrope. I'm on a tightrope from a valuation perspective. I have no margin of safety here, which is why I'm working with a stop. And this is going to be very volatile. But the bigger reason is that there's still enough regulatory uncertainty that there could be some sort of a bombshell that substantially sets this story back. I personally don't think that will happen, but I acknowledge that there's a probability there. A lot of people think that trading and investing is about being right. It's not. George Soros puts it best. It's about how much do you make when you're right and how much do you lose when you're wrong, because inevitably you will be. So, look, this is a company that's under regulatory scrutiny. So is every company in this space. The main reason, though, is a positive reason. It's because these companies are starting to attach themselves to the system, the traditional finance system, the institutions, the regulators, the too big to fail banks are here. Like, everybody is now coalescing around digital assets, and that introduces a lot more of a spotlight and a lot more political risk. And any day we could wake up and there could be a substantial hack or a new law passed or something proposed. So I want to be rational in my approach here. I'm long Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana as it is. I don't want to say physical, but I'm long the actual protocols. But this is just another way to add to that bet. It's high risk, but I think it could be high reward, and I know where my stops are.